So your eyes are in front of you.
Ping pong is usually played between two people, maybe four.
Let it go low, 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 let it go. That's it.
But here at Table Tennis Connections, the members unite to take on a much bigger opponent together.
We are not disabled people. I have multiple sclerosis, and so I have different capability than other people. Stay where you are. Stay compact, okay?
Dr. Antonio Barbera's MS journey started back in 2016 when he lost feeling in his right leg and was forced to retire.
Fortunately, after 11 months and few days, I had another attack, and I lost my left arm. I was a surgeon, so I could not do anything with my hands.
But in 2019, after recovering the feeling in his arms and legs, Antonio had this crystallizing moment while playing ping pong with his son in the garage. Suddenly, his symptoms vanished.
At that time, I realized, oh my gosh, this sensation is leaving me alone. So I started researching everything about the benefits of ping pong, and I discovered what our brain is able to do. So at that point, I said, oh, I may have another role in my life.
Essentially, Dr. Barbera learned that this sport can help your brain generate new cells. And he knew, as a former doctor, that this was a medicine he needed to prescribe to others.
For me, was going away from this miserable mood related to my condition, you know.
4 years later, and Antonio's program now meets twice a week in Fort Collins, helping people with dementia, Parkinson's, and MS, like Mark here.
When I first met Antonio in December, I kind of walked like a toddler. I had balance issues. I couldn't balance on one foot. I consider this as important as my medication.
The program has even helped professionals like Francesca here, who was the #1 player in Peru before being diagnosed with MS in her early 20s. However, Francesca actually fought back, and she won the national title again. And she still competes internationally, but has now moved to Fort Collins just to teach with Antonio.
I was like, what a coincidence to meet someone that also has MS and also plays table tennis.
Pick that one up right there.
Genius.
With the help of its volunteers and staff, Table Tennis Connections has now grown to 4 states, and Antonio is offering his program to more, calling it Neuropong.
I'm paid back by the smile and the happiness of these people I spend my time with.
Antonio and Neuropong will help anybody, even if they're much, much, much worse at the sport.
Don't do that on my backhand.
Oh,
In Fort Collins,
unbelievable.
Thank you.
Danny New, Deborah 7.